Well, it's already mid-May, and it's never too early to start talking about the 2026 National Sports Collectors Convention. Getting really pumped for it. I made a previous video about a week ago. I was actually able to go to a card show up here in Anchorage, Alaska, which was kind of cool. I actually did find some stuff, so if you missed that video, give it a look. But I decided to make this because this is the time of year where a lot of people kind of consider whether or not they're going to go to the show. And one of the most underrated parts of going to the National to me is finding things that you never knew you were even looking for. So I always suggest, like, if you go to the National and you have a list of things, one, if it's going to be a list, make it a long list, because if it's scarce or rare stuff, you may not see any of it at the show. Your odds are pretty good to see it, but you may not. And so if you're going to go with a list, there's nothing wrong with that per se, but just realize that you may not find what you're looking for. Make sure that you save money in your budget for stuff that you didn't expect to see. I have a whole bunch of different examples here for you. Matter of fact, I've got 6 different examples that I'm gonna go through with you today. And I can tell you this, I've been downsized in my collection, and all of these have made the cut to be in the PC. So that's where you kind of separate the men from the boys when it comes down to your card collection and what actually matters to you. All right, here we go. Before I get into this though, and I always forget this, or very often at least, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you consider subscribing, that'd be awesome. Appreciate it, thanks. All right, first one. This is a Clear Vision. It is from 2015. It is a game-worn jersey card of Russell Wilson, number 299. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why do you have a essentially almost like a napkin type patch from Russell Wilson on your list? Well, if you look close at this, it has a grass stain on it. And I've always thought that this card was super cool. I was not looking for it. You'll find at the National that some of these dealers have boxes with cards in them ranging from like $5 to like $200. And this was in one of those random boxes. And I thought it was so cool. When you talk about like game used pieces, how does it get any cooler than having a piece of game used jersey that has grass stains on it? You want to talk about like you being immersed in the game and having a real like game experience type collectible? In my opinion, it doesn't really get much better than that. I don't know, I've been fond of this card. I should probably just get it slabbed. I know it doesn't have a tremendous value on it. It has a $15 sticker on the back. I don't think I paid that. I think I maybe paid 10. I don't know. It made my cut though, and I really enjoy it. In the past, there's freebies, there's promos, there are in the past at least, scavenger hunts that they do at the National. So there's all these things going on that oftentimes you don't really necessarily plan for, but you find out about when you're at the show. And back in 2015, Beckett had a scavenger hunt for the Beckett cover autographs promotion. So basically what they did was they had these cards made that were a variety of different covers of Beckett magazines, and they gave them out to several different dealers. And the idea was that if you collected all of them, a limited number of people that were able to do so per day would get a blind envelope that had a slabbed autograph card in it. And I've always saved this card. Check this out. It is a 2015 Dennis Rodman Beckett cover autograph. It is so cool. If you take a look at the back of this, it's numbered to 15. It's hand numbered. It's just in an authentic holder. I've been very fond of this card, especially because I've been a Bulls fan for a long time, and he's in his Bulls uniform. I was able to complete this scavenger hunt. I handed him in. I got the envelope, and I was really hoping for Rodman, or I think at the time Tyson was in there, and I really wanted a Tyson. Bo Jackson, I think, was in there. So I think those were like my top 3, and I got Rodman. And so I have no idea what the value of this is. I've never really looked to sell it. So it has a lot of personal collection, sentimental value to me though. And that certainly made my cut. I don't remember which year I bought this next card, but it's one of my favorites in my collection. It's nowhere near as valuable as some of my other things. But it's a 1992 Classic 4-Sport Future Superstars gold autograph, numbered to 9,500 in gold ink here, PSA 8. And it has I have to look at this because I haven't looked at it in a while. Phil Nevin, Shaquille O'Neal, Roman Hammerlick, and Desmond Howard on it. This is one of my all-time favorite pickups from the National. I remember, I think he was asking like 45 or 50 bucks for it. Because I remember like it was running kind of late in the show. I was like my last day or maybe second last day, and my budget was getting a little tight. And so I remember offering him like 40 bucks. He's like, no, the best I can do is 45. I think that's how it went. We're $5 off. And I was like, you know, I have a long list of other stuff. I said, I'm gonna pass for now. And I started walking away, and he's like, yeah, let's do 40 bucks. And so I ended up buying it. Again, I don't know what the value of this is, but it's just one of my favorite cards. I mean, these are all like really high draft picks from that period of time. I know Shaq was number one. I think Hammerlick was one. I don't think Howard was. I think Howard was like maybe number 3 or top 5. Nevin might have been a top pick, but they're just some future superstars, you know, as the card says. And it's always been one of my favorite cards. So I have found that as I'm downsizing my collection, there's certain cards, and all of these would make that list, where I don't want to part with them. The values may be up, the values may not be up. I just don't want to part with them. And I don't really care if the value is like 10x. I'm just hanging on to them. This next card I do happen to know the value because I actually was watching one on eBay because I was like, I haven't seen this card come up forever. I have one of those. It's a 1999, so second year, Topps Chrome. I think it's second, maybe third year. Topps Chrome Tim Duncan refractor in a 9. It's a beautiful card. I do know what I paid for this. I paid $30 for this years ago. One just sold on eBay for about $170. Don't care, not selling mine. I think it's third year actually. I think his rookie was 97. It's just a great card in hand. It's a cool image. He's shooting over Luke Longley. You know, kind of have a soft spot for Luke Longley being a Bulls fan. You know, he was there for part of that second run of back-to-back titles, the 3-peats. So I've always held on to that card. I do remember what I paid for sure. I know I paid 30 bucks. Next one is a 2008 Bowman Chrome Brook Lopez red refractor in a 9. It is numbered to 5. I have never went to the National looking for Brook Lopez. That streak will continue this year. But I remember looking through one of those, you know, $10 to $200 boxes, you know, and there's some dealers have $10 to $500 cards in boxes. Some dealers have, you know, $10 to $100. They're all different ranges, but I remember looking through this random box and there was some high-end stuff in there. This was years ago, so there's like really high-end stuff that would be really expensive now. I remember there being some Jordans and stuff in there. Like, it was just a crazy box. But I remember seeing this card in there for 20 bucks. And I think the dealer had a sign on this box, like all the prices in this box are firm or something like that. And I was like, 20 bucks for a Lopez numbered to 5 red refractor? I'll take that for 20 bucks. I bought it. I ended up sending it in, got a 9. I just really like the card. I actually like Brook Lopez as a player. I don't PC him. It's the only Brook Lopez card I have. I don't know, I might have pulled a couple base from a pack or something, but this is one of those ones where, man, if I end up selling this card, I'm going to be down to almost no cards because this is one that I don't want to sell. I don't know what it's worth. 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 300 bucks. I have no idea. It doesn't really matter because I'm hanging on to it. And the last one. So I always make sure to save some money in my budget for Barry Sanders. I have no idea what types of Barry Sanders cards I'm going to buy. I never go with a list for Barry. It's rare or scarce, and that's it. That's kind of bottom line. I've showed this card before in years past, the year that I bought it actually, when I make my national videos. If you've never watched any of those, I make a series of videos for each day of the national. I'm planning on it this year also. I stay for all 5 days, and so if you want to see the types of things that are in cases at the national, I do a lot of those videos. This is a 2005 Donruss Classics Barry Sanders. Significant signatures, gold. It is numbered to 5 on the back in a PSA 7. It's a great card. I mean, check this thing out. I mean, it's gold. It's numbered to 5. It's Barry Sanders, man. I look at this card really close. It's got a ding on 2 corners. Yeah, before I just looked at it as I was filming this on camera. Yeah, it's got dings on 2 corners on the front, and then it's got a ding on a 3rd corner on the back. It's accurately graded. It's a 7. I remember looking at it before and being like, huh, it seems like it's a little bit undergraded. No, it's not. It's accurately graded. But I've never seen another one of these in person. And I'll be honest, when I first bought it, I looked on eBay, and of course I didn't see any because they're numbered to 5. I haven't searched it in a long time. But I mean, that autograph's 21 years old. That super rare card. I don't remember exactly what I paid. I think I said in the video when I bought it, $240 maybe, $260. I think $260 maybe. But it's another one of those cards where you're just like, it's a card I just don't want to get rid of. I'm gonna have to be pretty much to the end of my collection to get rid of that card. So think about this. So if you're thinking about going to the show, make sure that you've got money in your budget for just random things that you're gonna see. I know TBP talks about body blows and stuff like that. Like if you spend too much money on other things and it keeps you from buying bigger things, which I agree with, by the way. But I always designate a certain amount of money. Now, I don't know what the average person spends at the National. I was kind of mulling this around earlier. If I had to guess, I would just say your average collector is probably bringing between $1,000 and $3,000 to spend at the show on cards, memorabilia, etc. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comments if you agree, disagree with that. I would guess though 1,000 to 3,000 is probably pretty accurate. I know the people that I tend to travel with, most of us are kind of in that range, but we also tend to bring some cards with us to trade. So if we run into something more expensive and we want to kind of trade into something, we can do that. So sometimes we do that as well. So that gives us some flexibility. But let me know too, what have you picked up stuff at the National that may or may not be super valuable, but is just really nostalgic for you? I'd be curious to see what types of things people have picked up in the past, because I think that's one of the most underrated parts of the show, is that you're gonna find the coolest stuff that you didn't even know you wanted until you got there. And I can tell you, I've had so few cases of buyer's remorse afterwards. Everybody has buyer's remorse at some point in time, but I've had very, very few. I can't think of a single time where I've had buyer's remorse, I don't know why I bought that card. I should have bought this. There's always the him and Han, especially when it gets to the last day or two of the show, I've only got enough money to buy one of the 4 things that I've got on my list here, and I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna pick. There's always some of that, but it's always a fun time. Really looking forward to the show. Again, guys, if you haven't already, if you consider subscribing to the channel, that would be great. And I'll catch you in the next one.